Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья, с вами Серега Коржгамейс, и мы возвращаемся в НБА 2К14. Напомню, в НБА 2К14 мы играем в сезон 1999-2000 года. У нас вовсю идет второй тур, и следующий матч сегодняшнего дня — это Индиана Пacers против Чикаго Буллс. Напомню, две эти команды победили своих соперников в первой игре. И такие вот у нас результаты. У Чикаго Буллс лучший бомбардир пока Рон Артест с 24 очками и Элтон Брандт с 21 очком. Также два этих прекраснейших баскетболиста являются новичками в этом сезоне. Что касается Индианы. Индиана. Сейчас найдем про Индиану, что сказать. Индиана. У Индианы немного не так были результативные участники. Аустин Кросшер 13 очков набрал, Роджер Мюллер или Реджи Мюллер 15 очков. Ну и Джалин Росс 16 очков. Лучшим игроком матча стал Роджер Мюллер. Ну и так вот как-то так. Да. Чикаго, Индиана. Давайте начинать. Но перед тем, как мы начнем это шоу баскетбольное, хочу вас попросить не забывать про лайки, про комментарии, про подписку. Нас уже практически 500 человечков, друзья. Спортивный канал нуждается в вашей подписке. Также проходите по ссылочкам в описании под видео. Там вы увидите ссылки на основной канал и на канал ВВЕ. Все, поехали. Баскетбол, Индиана, Чикаго, второй тур, сезон 2099 года. Погнали.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce. Glad to have you with us. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's going to be the Indiana Pacers up against the Chicago Bulls. And that'll do it from the studio. Let's get you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports broadcast crew at the arena. I'll see you back here at halftime.
And the Bulls go through their pregame routine. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Along with Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. A quick check now for starting lineups for both teams. First, for the Pacers, and for Chicago, Armstrong is out there with Hawkins. And stepping in at the center position, the former #1 overall pick in 1999, 6'9", with a 7'4" arm span, Elton Brand. He's thrilled for this one. Everyone will be watching now how he does in his first NBA official game. And it's calm at the force line.
Well, I tell you what, Pacers did a lot of good things last year. Defended well, protected the rim and their home court. Really, the one area for improvement is probably the road record. They could get better in that area.
Well, Clark, as you said, the Pacers didn't play as well as they had hoped to on the road for a team that won the division. They were 19-21 away from Indianapolis, and Steve, not the kind of record they wanted to end with.
No, but if you're around 500 then you can control your home court, you're going to have a good season. And that's exactly what Indiana did. They ended up with the third seed in the East, and all in all, a terrific year.
Armstrong kicks to Hawkins. No good. Bulls on D. He kicks it to Rose. It's Miller on the wing. Wide open look. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
You know, offensively, he's just one of those guys that needs a touch of space to get his shot up. That's all. And if he runs his man off a screen or somehow finds an opening, that's it. He's going to let that thing go.
And Steve, just like you, when you shot, you had a favorite spot on the floor when you played. His favorite spot seems to be that three from the corner.
Yeah.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Back to Rose. Here's Crozier. Rebound by Elton Brand.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that.
It's Hawkins on the wing, defended by Best. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over
Well, I just, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
Here is Armstrong. From 12 feet out, it's Chicago with another bucket. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Smith's Clark covering. A look from Rose. That one wide left.
An easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
Armstrong kicks to Artest. And blocked. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Indiana moving it around. Pass to Best. He dishes it to Rose. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Now, severe lack of awareness on his part. He had no idea he was near the out-of-bounds line.
Chicago leading. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, I spoke with the head coach of the Bulls. He's certainly aware of the shot-blocking talent on the other roster, but he doesn't want his guys to change their approach too much. He said, listen, we've got to continue to score in the paint. We can't just live on the outside. I just told our guys, when you jump up, jump into their body to try to take their legs away. Kevin will see if they can score inside.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And dealing with the sort of defense they're facing is not an easy challenge.
No, but they've got a few weapons of their own that they can counter with, so it's not exactly a one-sided battle.
Maybe so, Steve, but those weapons are still going to have to perform at a really high level for them to have a chance to be successful.
Here's Armstrong. Right side Artest. That doesn't go either for Artest. They've been hanging in there.
And they've got a chance right now to jump on top.
Fires high post. And it's off the back rim. No good. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Hawkins with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Outside Artest. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
That is not a difficult pass. You'd think they could keep it in back.
And so it's Indiana with it.
Bulls had won the Central each of the last 2 seasons, but were unable to make it 3 in a row as the Pacers grabbed the Central Division title last season. Still, considering the injuries, the Bulls had a good run.
Now, here is Miller. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw good from Miller. That one drops. He ties it up.
Well, you kind of expect that from him. You pretty much know what the result's going to be when he goes to the line.
There's the screen. Number 42. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 6 points for him. And back to the Bulls. They went 9-7 in division last year, Steve, and kept pace with the Pacers for a while for the title, but never could really close the gap.
Seems like the Bulls are always in the mix for the Central Division title. And since the realignment in 2004, the Bulls have never finished in the bottom of this division, and more often than not, they're in one of the top 2 spots.
Hawkins kicks to Artest. Brown the pass to Artest. The Pacers pull it in.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be. Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Jackson against Brown. Back to Jackson. Six to shoot. The fadeaway. The shot is off. For Chicago, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. The feed now to Artest. A second chance effort, and it's good on the way up. He's got 8.
Well, that shot keeps him at 100% from the field this quarter.
Brown against Jackson. Miller. Left side, Miller. Pass to Perkins. That's good, and it's Miller with the assist. Perkins got his first bucket in this one.
You know, when he gets the ball that close to the basket, it's almost an automatic 2 points.
Well, the defense has to battle him down there and keep him out of position in the first place. Do your work early.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Well, Indiana's success last season was built around its defensive prowess. And they usually would set the tone at the start of the game. They were one of the best in the league at allowing the fewest first quarter points. .136 left to play in the first. Back to Brown. Artest. Shoots a fader. There's the bucket. Good. Going back to the Pacers once more, you knew they wanted to emphasize defense each game, and Steve, they would always come out and get right in the offensive player's face to start the game.
And they allowed the fewest first quarter points of any team in the league last year, Kevin. That's a great way to kind of set the tempo, set the tone in a ball game. And the Pacers were able to establish that defense right away.
Harrington can't get it to go.
You know, they've been beating this club to a lot of loose balls and rebounds here early on.
Love the work ethic they've come out of the locker room with.
50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Number 42. No good. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Here's Jackson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
They push it up 4 on 3. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Mullen. Back to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Again, Indiana. Throws it from deep. The shot misses. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Indiana.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And the other thing we're seeing is great ball movement. We're seeing a lot of good offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Trailing by 2. Passes it to Carr. And the foul on Elton Brand. That's foul number 2 for him.
And another foul would give him 3 before the half, something to keep our eyes on.
Now, here is Miller. There's the pass to Best. Shot from 12. The putback, the follow-up flush. And the Pacers lead by 4.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Gentlemen, this summer the Bulls broke ground on a new 60,000 square foot practice facility situated just east of the United Center. Starting next season, it will replace the 12-year-old Berto Center, a half-hour away in Deerfield, Illinois. The Bulls coming back downtown and doing it in style, in a state-of-the-art building with all the amenities, including a rooftop green terrace. Kevin?
Pretty impressive, Doris. Thanks. Pacers have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. On the wing, Mullen. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Pass to Best. Indiana moving it around. Clock at 6. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, I tell you what, you consider all the injuries the Bulls had last year, and you look at the 34-18 mark against the Eastern Conference, and it's absolutely remarkable considering what they had to go through personnel-wise.
And he knocks down the first one. And back to the Bulls in the East. It wasn't just one guy who stepped in the shoes of Rose or the departed Ashik. It was a group effort.
You know, you looked at the roster last year, you kind of scratch your head. You go, how is this team going to get to the second round without Derrick Rose? But they did it with a group of role players, with a front line that was tough and nasty and rebounded well, and with great coaching, too.
Both good from the line that time.
You know, it had been a while since the Pacers were able to win their division. Matter of fact, the last time it happened was the season right before the NBA realigned the divisions to their current state back in 2004. But they were able to raise another banner last season.
Carr. They grabbed their own miss. That's good. 10 points for him.
Well, the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Smits covered by Artest. Front pass the arc. That's good. And the Pacers lead by 5. Well, a big part of why the Pacers were able to take the Central, as you were saying, they were so dominant within their division.
Well, they went 13-3 against their division, so not an easy thing to do. Although, if you look at the Central, it was down last year. Derrick Rose's injury, but also rebuilding teams in Milwaukee and Detroit and Cleveland. But the Pacers did what they needed to do.
Now, here is Miller, following the miss by Elton Brand. Smits at the line by Indiana. Number 40. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Boy, he just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
The Pacers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. On the free throw, no good.
Well, the Bulls battled in last year's postseason. Got a Game 7 win in Brooklyn to sneak out of round 1 in what was one of the more interesting series of the first round, but then fell to the Heat in round 2.
It's tipped and stolen by Miller. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Gets it to go. And it's a 9-point Pacer lead.
Starting to get a little momentum here after that scoreless first quarter.
The Bulls have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And for the Bulls, no Rose the whole time, and they had questions constantly being asked if he would return. But the team came together, Steve, and showed the Bulls aren't just a one-man show.
You know, they missed him, though, Kevin, and desperately. I thought they performed admirably, but they really needed him against the Heat. They were able to steal game 1 in that Eastern Conference semifinal matchup, but without him, the Bulls just didn't have enough firepower to beat Miami.
The free throw off from Artest.
You know, in order to win your division, you have to be able to win games against the rest of your conference, and that's exactly what Indiana did last season. A tough team in a tough division, and they gave no ground to other teams in the East.
Shots good by Miller.
He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And the Pacers, as you mentioned, Clark, very solid against the other teams in the East as they would cruise to a 31-20 record against the rest of the conference.
And really, that's because this team is built to handle anything that's thrown at them. Given it's a big, strong, kind of old-school team. They'll pound you inside. They rebound. They protect the paint. There aren't a lot of matchups that seem to bother this team.
Bulls trail by 9. Kicks it to Armstrong. Feeds to Artest. Working on Rose. Dishes to Armstrong. They set the pick. Back to Artest. Passes to Carr. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Now, slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
Now here's Rose on the wing. Miller lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, and now an 11-point Pacer lead for Chicago. They've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Low block shot. Now Jackson. Back to Miller. He feeds it to Jackson. Makes the lead pass. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Now the dish to Armstrong. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Five to shoot. Outside Artest. From deep. The shot is off.
Well, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Smits. It's hauled in by Artest. Artest's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Tries to snap the cold streak. Gets it to go. Artest's got 11 points.
He didn't get off to much of a start early on, but he seems to have shaken off the rust here in the quarter.
1:44 left to play here in the second quarter. He kicks it to Rose. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. And the Pacers lead by 12.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Now, here is our test. He's got 11. Here's Armstrong, and he's on the money with his first shot today. 1:10 left in the first half. Jackson against Armstrong. Outside Jackson. Number 40, Carr covering. Number 40. That one a little long.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
36 seconds left now here in the second. Inside, number 42. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And Indiana making a change here. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the half. Brown outside. "17 seconds left to play in the first half. Shot clock at 6. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Jackson kicks to Miller. From deep three-point range. Got it off in time, but it's no good. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Pacers lead by 10. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And it's time to break down the first half of action. I hope you're having a great Friday night so far. Indiana with the lead against the Bulls at United Center. They've been relentless attacking the rim, dominating in points in the paint, and the bodies down low have been banging away. And a tough matchup, but the Bulls are staying afloat. Smart decision-making offensively, great ball handling, they've been limiting turnovers. A good start for Elton Brand. He's got 10 points and also collected 4 rebounds. That'll be it for the halftime report. The second half is coming right up. Hope to see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And the lights of downtown Boston. The scene as we welcome you back. You have to like what we're seeing from our test.
That's interesting, too, because the numbers don't jump out at you, but you think about how hard he's played and the number of things he's done well. He's really helped his club.
Yeah, he has. I mean, trust me, he's getting it done. He's making winning plays, whether they show up in the numbers column or not. He's impacting the game.
Armstrong with it, defended by Best. And here's Armstrong. He passes to Hawkins. Shoots from 14. Rebound by Rose.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Crozier. He's covered by Hawkins. Here's Crozier. Hands it from downtown. He's got 6.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Armstrong kicks to our test. 13 feet away. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Here's Rose. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Well, with him, what immediately comes to mind is the long-range shooting. I mean, he can knock down shots from anywhere, and, of course, that forces the defense to locate him at all times.
And also, Steve, I think he's really smart with the basketball, very smart. When you're playing with him, your only job is to get open, because when you do, and if you do, he'll put it on the platter for you. Room service style.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. He gave him a wide-open look there.
To the middle. Covered by our test. The jump hook. Elton Brand grabs the board. Bulls trail by 12. Our test with the ball. He's got 11. And the layup's good off the glass. Artest's got 13 points. And the Pacers call time here.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the time out and give yourself a chance to regroup.
Pacers leading by 10. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. To the paint, Best. The shot, no good. And it's Chicago the other way. Here's Armstrong. 5 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. That cuts the lead to single digits. Armstrong's got 5 points in the quarter.
And with the defense playing that well, the double clutch was the only way he was going to get that ball off.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Stripped away. Now Hawkins. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pulls up. High post. That's good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Boy, the shots finally dropping for them in bunches, and I'll tell you what, the complexion of this game has totally changed.
You know, that kind of offensive eruption was the only thing that was going to get them back into this one.
The pass to Best. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rose attacking. Banked in off the glass. Rose has got 6.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, he's seen enough of this interior scoring that his defense is giving up. So the message during this timeout is to lock things up inside.
You know, sometimes a group can just get spaced out on defense. They're not connected and playing 5 as 1. And usually a timeout can help you refocus and recalibrate that defense.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And here's Armstrong. He's got 9. Number 42 hits the target from 18 feet. 12 points for him.
When they pulled up from mid-range, more often than not, they buried it.
You know, that's not always the number one option, but if the defense gives that to you, you got to take it.
Here's Harrington. Good. And Miller gets the assist.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Bulls trail by 8. Armstrong dishes to Artest. Pass to Carr. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. And that one's good.
Boy, they have been terrific from beyond the arc here in the second half. You look at the percentages. Good number.
Just what the pharmacist prescribed. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they keep it up.
Here is Miller. The Bulls knocking down the 3. Best passes to Harrington. He's against Carr. Al Harrington again. Harrington's got 6. And so here is Chicago. 7-point differential. Here is Armstrong, defended by Best. Number 33. Can't get it to go. Good D by Miller.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
And good on the basket. Book it. And it's a 9-point Pacer lead.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball, really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shot.
That's good. 6 points for him. Indiana leading by 6. Pass to Best. Six on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Shaky defense down low again. It's been a mismatch in the paint.
I'm sure they didn't go into this one expecting to get battered like they have inside.
Bulls trail by 9. Hawkins with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Artest defended by Mullen. Back to Artest. 6 to shoot. Number 33. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Third three in a row right there.
Adjustment time for the defense, guys.
Pacers leading by 6. Miller outside. 1:27 left to play in the third. Mullen kicks to Harrington. That one goes. Count it. Harrington's got 9 points now in just the second half.
They've been getting way too many high percentage looks close to the basket, and tell you what, when they're getting them, they're converting.
You know, the play in the paint, an aspect of this game that has gone entirely their way.
Number 42. Another one falls for Chicago.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Now here's Rose. He has 6. He dishes it to Harrington. The feed to Rose. Whoops, here's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Sam Perkins, he's checked in for Al Harrington. .35 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here is Hawkins. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Brown outside. Number 33. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
Jackson dishes to Davis. Pass to Rose. He's covered by Hawkins. Can't connect from 14 feet out. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's the Pacers. They're up. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Indiana?
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And they're getting the ball inside, which is what I like. High percentage shots down on the block and in the paint area.
It's hauled in by Hawkins. Bulls trail by 3. Artest with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Artest kicks to Hawkins. Number 42. He nails it. And we're tied up.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Now here's Jackson. Crozier covered by Artest. Outside Rose. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Jackson. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it.
And there's been 0 effort defensively by both these clubs tonight.
And don't let that high score fool you. I mean, it's a product of poor defense more than great offense.
Now here's Brown. And there's Elton Brand on the assist by Brown. Brown's got 3 assists in the game. Pacers shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Crozier, covered by Artest, dishes it to Davis. Rejected by Purdue. Artest the pass to Brown. Here is Hawkins. Back to Brown. Number 42, who's guarded by Davis. They now take the lead. 21 points in the game.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Jackson kicks to Rose. Jackson. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Feeds to Rose. Fades and shoots. And that one's good.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
Chicago calls timeout.
And I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. With a deficit as we approach the final buzzer, he stayed upbeat, saying, listen, we can battle back, fellas. Just stay with me. I need all-out effort here, and we can bring it home. Fellas?
Thank you, Doris. The shot by Hawkins, no good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
Now, that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
Kicks it to Miller. Left side Rose. Step back shot, and right through it goes. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I love it when a player like this shakes off a poor first half and comes back strong like he has, showing a lot of confidence in his game.
Here is Hawkins. Artest on the way. Brown outside. And again, no good by Chicago. The Pacers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Miller dishes to Jackson. Rose, covered by Artest. That's good. And it's a 4-point Indiana lead.
Boy, has he picked it up in the second half. He's on fire.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
But he stays with it. Back to Brown. He feeds it to Artest. The three. That doesn't go either for Artest. Pacers leading by 4. Miller, the pass to Rose. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard. Chicago with the ball to end the run. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jackson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Left side Jackson. The dish to Harrington. The Pacers making a switch here. The pass to Best. He kicks it to Rose. The 11-footer, and that one's good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Number 42, and it's in off the backboard. 23 points in the game.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Smits, the finger roll finish at the bucket. And the Pacers lead by 8.
They are so productive in the low post right now. 8 straight points have come inside the paint.
That's bully ball they were playing there.
Back to Brown. Pass to Hawkins. There's the triple. Goes up again, and Elton Grant again.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
Best, he's covered by Brown. Best passes to Rose. Smits. And such a nice move to make the basket work.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
Now, here's Brown. Artest kicks to Brown. Shot clock at 6. He passes to Carr. Puts up the baby hook. And it's Chicago scoring again.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
And so it's Indiana with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
Chicago calls timeout. They trail by 8. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Brown outside. And it's good. Through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
What a quarter for him at the offensive end. He's ignored the scoreboard and continued to go out there and do his thing. Well, he's a scary guy to go up against just because of how physical he is. He intimidates his opponent. He's going to punish you inside, and you have to be ready physically to play against this guy.
And something else he has is an array of moves in the paint. You can make a training video for young players to figure out how to play down low in terms of how he gets it done inside.
And so it's Indiana with it, leading by 5. Best, he's covered by Brown. The shot's good from Best.
Nicely done. They just continue to dominate inside. That's 10 points in a row in the lane.
It's now purely, here it comes. See if you can stop it.
Now, here is Artest. Passes it to Hawkins. Clock at 6. Number 42 connects. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Kevin, that's beautiful. With the guy all over him, the fadeaway was about the only option he had, and he cashed in on it.
Here's Best. It's hauled in by Brown. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Now, here is Miller, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Miller. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
And no mistakes there. A couple of good free throws to give them a little extra cushion.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're down by 7. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Beyond the arc. Count it! trail it by just 4. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Smart foul there. You've got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. Here's Brown. 19 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Now the pass to Carr. For 3. Can't get it to go. And they go to the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Chicago with the ball. Brown kicks to our test. On deep. It's off. So it's Indiana picking up the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Miller, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan Player